All right, everyone, welcome back into another PGA DFS video. Have the Hero World Challenge core plays and picks here for you guys. If any of you guys are familiar with this event, you already know what's coming. If you guys are not familiar with this event, well, I'm going to get into it. It is a 18 to 20 man field event each year. It is a tournament that actually doesn't get any FedEx Cup points. Obviously, it's a no-cut event. Pretty much, this is a fun event that the tour pros will go to, and the proceeds, a lot of the proceeds, or it's a Tiger Woods Foundation charity event, pretty much is the best way to sum it up. And just kind of get into the course a little bit. It is the Ernie Els course design, par 72. The length is going to be 7,450 yards or so. So it's going to be a longer track. So with that, we are going to be looking at par 5 scoring because, well, par 5 scoring, par 72 course, no cut event. You know, we always kind of want to be looking at those scoring stats. One thing about this course is that they do have kind of bigger fairways, but there's not that much rough, and the rough that they do have is very shortly trimmed, so the ball does run out a lot. Just based on the image that you guys can see there over my left shoulder there, right, if you guys are watching, you can see a lot of bunkers, and you know, you can find some bunkers a lot on this course, and that's kind of its biggest defense. If it gets windy, that could be a defense as well, but for the most part, not that many hazards or issues too much with this course. So the typical winning score is gonna be right around 18 under par, which isn't that like big, but in a smaller field, the 18-man field, that's actually a pretty good number. And you know, none of those golfers are really in their best current form heading into this tournament. We don't know what they're doing prior to the round or after the round and whatnot. So I'm sure they're enjoying their time. And with that, don't take this event too seriously. This is going to be a fun event. Nothing that you guys should be attacking too crazily, but it's nice to have an event. Typically in DFS, we wouldn't have this event, so I'm excited that we have it. All right, enough breaking it down. Let's get into the picks. So with that, I'm just going to get into the top picks this week, just going to get into the core plays this week. Do want to start off with Rory. Yes, he is the highest priced player in the slate, but one thing we know about no-cut events is that we specifically want to be targeting the studs and duds approach time in and time again. That is just the correct formula. I would say 80% of the weeks that we have no-cut events is that the studs and duds approach is the most effective one to go with. So we can see, you know, pretty good recent form. Did play well at the DB World Tour Championship. 6th there, first at the CJ Cup. He also did well, you know, at the Olympics. So over his last few starts, has been a really strong producer. If we just look at the key stats that we're looking at this week, he does rank out really well in that top 3 stat fit in the field. So far, effective scoring top 11, total driving 4th in that, par 5 scoring 1st in that, birdie to bogey ratio 1st in that, strokes gain differential 21st in that. Overall ranks out as the 2nd best pick in the 9 to 5 mile this week. So yeah, Rory Mcilroy, I really just like. It's easy to fit him into your builds. You can easily stack him in there. So he's gonna be a guy that I'm playing. And then going down a little bit lower here, Sam Burns. So Sam Burns obviously just been in tremendous recent form. We can see that there, guys. Actually in the best recent form out of anyone in the field. Obviously, I mean, coming off of a T18, being his worst start over the last 5 starts. And the nice thing about him too is that we kind of know where he's at. He's played a lot of fall events. So with that, we can kind of more accurately predict what he's going to be able to go out and do this week. With some of these players where we haven't seen them in a while, it's tough to know exactly what they're going to be able to go out and do. He does rank out as the 3rd best pick in the 9 to 5 mile as well. So you can fit him and Rory into your builds pretty easily. And then kind of the last player I really want to go out of my way to point out, it's going to be Webb Simpson. So Webb Simpson, you know, we don't have to worry about his slow start, really. It's a no-cut event, so that is a big relief. Okay, we don't have to worry about that with him. He did have a 10th place finish here at this event 2 years ago, which, you know, that's kind of middle of the field in a small field event. Doesn't rank out that well in the model, only 12th, but at this price point, obviously it's showing that he's a little bit mispriced there. So yeah, Webb Simpson at 6.7, that's going to be highly appealing to me. Then I do want to mention Harris English, just kind of as a footnote as well. Harris English, yeah, he struggled this year so far. Definitely has struggled, not playing well, but he has been playing under par. So it's kind of one of those weird things there. Harris English, if you look at kind of the last calendar year, he's won 3 events. One was the QBE shootout, which doesn't count on the PGA Tour. Won that with Matt Kuchar. Won the no-cut event, which is the Century Tournament Champions. Wasn't exactly playing great going into that. And then he actually should have won another event. That was the event that Bryson was getting heckled like crazy. It's kind of a bad look for the PGA Tour, and the PGA Tour actually had to step in and kind of say, no, you can't be treating golfers like that, because Harris English was in the final group with Bryson. You can see it like visibly getting to him as well, and his back nine, he kind of just fell apart and lost. The point is that it would not be shocking to see Harris English go out and contend for the win this week. Okay, yeah, a 6th place finish at this event last year, and that kind of echoes the point that I'm trying to make, is that he kind of plays weird in these fun events. And really all we need from him at this price point is just going to be a top 10 finish. He could easily give us a win. Just looking at some of the other players here that I just want to pull up here for you guys. I'm going to pull up on the 9to5 data cheat sheet here for you guys, just so you guys can see it. Some good course history is going to be Justin Rose, obviously 5th, 3rd, 5th. That's really strong. Henrik Stenson has good course history, 1st, 4th, 17th. Then just looking at Justin Thomas, 5th. That's good. Not too good with the 12th and 11th place finish. That's not going to really cut it this week at that price point. Then one other thing that I want to show you guys as well is just kind of looking over the players that should do well in this kind of style event. So looking over the past 4 years, players that have played well on long tracks. And I'm going to go by average place, just so we can factor in some of those fun events, because some of the fun events that we get are going to be events in which we don't have strokes gain data for. So just looking at Rory and Webb, and then JT. If you guys want to roll with JT, you can. But Rory and Webb, top 2 in that over the past 4 years, makes a lot of sense. Really makes me kind of want to favor those guys a little bit more. Let's see, is Harris English on here? So yeah, Harris English not looking that well as a pick. Patrick Reed standing out there. Now let's get into event type. Once again, no cut. And then my fun events is actually listed as alternative or alternate event. We can see once again, Rory popping up there a lot. Webb Simpson's right there. Terrell Hennigan getting a little bit of a boost. The point that I'm trying to make here is that Webb and Rory are just kind of the top 2 dogs this week. They're going to be the 2 players I want to outright bet this week. Really wouldn't be shocking if those 2, are in contention to win come the final round. But that's really it. I won't go too crazy with it. Stick to your build and just kind of have fun with it. It's a fun event. That's why the golfers are playing it. That's how you should treat it for PGA DFS. It gives us something fun to cheer about for the past or for the next 4 days, which is always a good thing. But that's all I have for you guys. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the new background setup here, as well as all the tools at 9to5 Sports. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a like, subscribe. If you guys want to join 9to5 Nation, the link is in the description below. I'm going to be covering your PGA Tour DFS, DP Tour DFS as well. Have that content out. It kind of sucked last week. I had 5 out of the 20 builds, so not that good, like 25% of the builds with, 5 out of 6 across the cut line, which was actually really good because a lot of the players had to withdraw. And then I had 3 out of 20 get 6 for 6, and one was in the top 20. What sucked is that the tournament had to end after day 2 because of weather and withdrawals and whatnot. So I thought I was going to be able to sneak in a G50 win there, but I ended up ending early. Just an interesting event there. Weird way to start the DP Tour, really. And they had to cancel their event this week. In terms of the DP World Tour, it's going to be an actual event. I don't think DraftKings is going to come out with salaries for that one. So because of that, I probably won't be covering it. If they do, I will cover it. All right, that's all I have for you guys this week. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And as always, guys, let's keep cashing.